Hello everybody and welcome to today's video, and in this video we're going to be covering how to use GitHub. So GitHub is just a platform that follows the Git source control protocol, and Git is basically a distributed version control system which allows like developers to basically track their code from its entire lifespan. It can also be used to share code with other developers who might be working on your team. And yeah, it's really great, and it's pretty frustrating if somebody doesn't know it who is working on like say like a group project with you, and they want to send files of like um, plain, say, for example, JavaScript files or Java code files. Like if you're sending files like that back and forth, there might be conflicts if you try to like merge those sent codes by like just copy and pasting. So we'll be using GitHub as that helps us solve that. So to get started, you're going to make sure to download the Node.js LTS here. You're going to want to create a GitHub account. You're going to want to use VS Code as your IDE meaning integrated development environment, where to actually like write your code. And you're going to want to make sure that you download Git directly from their website. So if you just go like here, Git bash, or you can just search up GitHub and then you type this in here and then you download for Windows. And once you download all of this stuff, you should have this thing called Git bash, right? Let me just make a quick look at this. Okay, yeah, we're good. So once you get that, you should see like a terminal pop up. Once Git bash is already configured and you're logged in and everything like that, you're going to want to make sure that you open up the Git bash terminal so that you can actually start writing and working with GitHub. So I'm assuming that you're following me from the start of the video to the end. So what we're going to do first is we're going to open Git bash, okay? And it should redirect you directly to your desktop, or actually no, I think it starts you from here. It starts you from your root. So just cd into your desktop, make a new directory just to hold some code in it. GitHub tutorial. That's what I'm gonna call it, GitHub tutorial. If you're wondering how I'm like auto completing this so quickly in the terminal, if you press tab on your device, like on your keyboard, you should be able to just um, have your Git bash like auto complete whatever it is that you're looking for. So we're actually in the folder, and now I'm just going to go code and dot to open up VS Code, and I'm gonna make some coding files. I'm thinking of actually making this just like another a node, like a very simple node project. So I think you can follow along with me on this, but I am going to speed through it. I'm going to be discussing what I'm doing, but like try to keep up. I'll keep you in the loop with what's going on with like the JavaScript code, but I'll be sure to focus on the GitHub stuff. So let's get that going. First things first, we're going to want to make sure that we init a node package, or initialize, sorry. Jonathan's tutorial of GitHub. Entry point index.js, GitHub repository. We don't need to put that in here now because we're actually going to do that all like from this terminal here. But you're going to see what I mean in just a second. Author, okay. So I have a package.json going, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a JavaScript file. I'm going to make another folder called classes. Yeah, this is really like a speed through right now. Just bear with me. It's not really complicated to like follow along because I did cover this in our last video. So like if you want to check that out, you can as well. But this is pretty much what we did in the last video. So I'm just going to set up my port number here. just so my development environment will run and the Express app is working, so we can start making our pushes to our GitHub. Okay. Sorry. Console.log. So in your listening statement, this just starts the app up for development. So okay, perfect. I'm going to go node index.js and why no worky? What did it say? Let's node index.js cannot find module express. Oh, it's because I did not install it. So as I said in our last video, like if you're working with a node environment and you notice that you have another module that you will need to work with or want to work with, always make sure that you install it into your package.json. And we do that simply by going over to our terminal and putting that into the dependencies area. So now this should work. So the app is now running. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines of code. And now I'm ready to publish this onto a website called GitHub, which is going to use all of the stuff we just mentioned in the beginning of the video. So let's go ahead and do that. So once you make your account, you're going to sign in. Okay, you're going to go over to this this page here. You're going to sign in. You're going to head on over to your account. So by doing that, you're going to click on your little icon here. You're going to press on your repositories. Okay. Now, these are already existing repositories, as I've already been developing for like a few months now, like a year, close to 2 years, a year and a couple. The time just like goes like that, you know. So these are just like some of mine. I'm going to show you actually like how to create like a. So we're just going to go into this one for example. This already has code that I was working on earlier today. It actually gives you like the rundown of what is in the repo, which is pretty cool. And you can also see your commit messages, like your code history. Again, coming back to the definition of source control, this all of this here is tracking like the changes that I've been making to the project, right? So we're gonna set up a new repo. So again, oh whoops, sorry, little slip around there. So you're gonna click on this here, and then you're gonna click your repositories. Now, once you come to like your home page, you're gonna go over to new. You're gonna click on new, and you're going to give your repo a name. YouTube, GitHub, description, teaching GitHub to my homies. Okay, good. So now, once you've created your repository, you gave it a name, you gave it a description, you can add a README file, which is just like a long description of what your project is capable of doing, or what your project is made of, what technologies you use, etc. So now the repo is created. You're going to be brought over to this page where you're going to see a bunch of commands here. Now, what this is telling you is that, okay, the repo is created. The repo is up, it's there. But there's no code in it because we need to first enable our directory, which holds our code. So this directory here, GitHub tutorial, holds what? It holds this. It holds all of this. So what I want to do is open the Git bash again. Always ensure you're in the right directory. If you don't know if you're not in the right directory, do pwd. This stands for print working directory, or working directory, and it actually shows you where you are. So coming back here, we're reading the information here, what it tells us. The first thing we need to do is ensure that we have git init, initializing a empty git repository in this directory here. Now, the directory contains the actual the code for you, but it needs to be given in like an endpoint to actually send the code to. So we're going to do that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go and add the remote location. Okay, so we're going to go git remote add. I like to call it master with a capital M, and you can call this whatever, but this is like your main code base. Okay, this is the main section where all the action is happening, where your real code is ready for production. This is where it's going to be. And you're going to call it master, you can call it origin, you can call it whatever. And then you're going to go up here, you're going to go to HTTPS, or you can use SSH, but we're not going to cover that today. So we're going to go over here, we're going to copy this, we're going to go back into the terminal, and then we're going to do a right click in the terminal, we're going to paste, we're going to make sure that this is not highlighted and that we put a space after the link, and you press enter. Now, the folder now knows a location online where to post this code. Online being the online repo. So it's really easy to push this to show you the code online from my machine online. So it's literally 3 commands. So you're going to remember this by heart. Git add dot, or you can, instead of the dot, you can put the name of your file. It can be index.js, as we see here. It can be anything. It can be classes, it can be whatever, but for this example right now, we're going to add everything. Now, it spits out a lot of information. Yeah, it's because I still have the node modules like in the project, so that's why like it added all of it. But you should be seeing this like white line stuff pop out like when you're ready to after you've added the contents. So now you notice that I pressed git add dot, and then I did git status. Now it's telling me, okay, I have your code. I'm ready to commit it to the staging area, and then when it's at the staging area, you're going to push it to the repo. So there's basically three main locations that like GitHub uses. It's like, okay, here's where my code is on my local machine. Here's the staging area. The staging area is the area in between your local machine and your online repo. And right now, because it's green here, it's ready to be committed to the staging area. So we're going to go git commit -m. -m stands for message. And inside of these quotations, you're going to say new project created node stuff. You can call it, you can say whatever. Just have a meaningful commit message so that people know, or that you know what you were committing that time. So now it's committed. I'm going to do git status. Git status is basically like it tells you the status of your code. It's pretty self-explanatory. So now the code is in the staging area. Now it needs to be put online. So we're going to do git push -u. We're going to put master, the name of your branch, master, and make sure that this guy here says master. This blue thing is the name of your branch. So you're going to push. Okay, it's asking me to sign in. Yeah, you might get that, but I don't know why it did. It shouldn't, but it did. We'll see here. Just give me a second. Nope. Oh no. Okay, perfect. So this is the repo that we created, remember? And now there's the code. The code's there. It's like it's on GitHub and we see it. Um so that that is how you commit to GitHub. Um I'm gonna have to make a part two just for the time's sake, but I hope you enjoyed that one. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.